The Origins of Life, Reflections of Love and Light, Part 4. Alright, so we've got this shot, and you can see how light's catching, in that movement and stuff like. So especially there, you've got like so many patterns and the contrast, the strength of the focused light compared to the dispersed area. And also, did you see it then? Like the flower of life pattern came across it. You can't see it there, you know what I mean? But as it comes across, hold on a second, wait for it. Now it starts to form, and then you can see it all moving across that pine cone, shape and stuff like. So that's really good, you know what I mean? For serving as an example of how all this is and stuff like. And, how the patterns flow through and stuff like. I kind of see it. It's like a brain network or roots. You know what I mean? We will see that as a brain. So how light goes through the water is like following that pattern in a sense and stuff like. Like neuro connections and stuff like. So yeah. I'll get back on with fish. So there, won't we? Sunset and sunrise and sunset, or whichever way. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be opposite way or whatever and stuff like. Like it can be different ways. I'll show you. Oops. You got this one. So you can see sun as potentially moon, or it might be the sun, but it could be because it's deep. The light's getting to the bottom of the floor, so it's shining on all sand and stuff like. So it's got all that reflection, but the rest of it is, higher up or like I said, deep and stuff like. So you're not really seeing other patterns. That's a bit of a wave aspect, but again, because of eye and stuff like that, it's more likely related to the sun and like just another extended version of that. There kind of thing, like that could be sun as well, but also I don't want to rule out the moon and stuff like, because like receiving light from that point at night time, and it's just another aspect of it and stuff. And you get fish which are transparent, just like water is, so it's kind of like you get the same, what I mean? It's no different from water. It just seems more obvious now, what I mean? Like, and also you get little. So I used to have some of these. You get little flecks of like, refracted light. So you get like that rainbow color and stuff like that kind of thing. I don't know if you can really see it and stuff like that kind of thing. Again, here you're seeing waves coming through. As you get your focused light and your dispersed area and stuff like. But just that blueness, Again, you get all that pattern, flower of life kind of pattern that the ocean makes and stuff like. This is likely to be sunset. It could be merged. We'll talk about that later because it is relevant later. But if you think it's done on two hemispheres, so it's like there's a photo of this side of the fish and then there's a photo of the other side of the fish. The previous one. It's like that's got that on the other side, hasn't it? So when you come back to this, that's potentially the sun, and then the sun again. Well, like I said, there's more on that later and stuff. Again, the focused light coming through. Unless it is like the sun, you know what I mean? Because like our water's bending when it's moving and all that kind of stuff. Like so, the light kind of stretches and bends and stuff like, um, which is more relevant focus of that as well later on, like for other stuff. But again, you've got all the sunset, you know what I mean? All the like how it reflects into the water up at the bottom of the sand and stuff like. It must be like getting dark. I don't know. Got like the colour properly. You can see the water. You know what I mean? It's similar to zebra in a sense and stuff like that. I've always got this circular area and stuff, but you see how it bobbles out into circles here. You know what I mean? So that's more like the seafloor. Or is that like the movement of the water, and then you've got the waves and the refracted light going through it and stuff like, or focused light and stuff. And tips at the fins generally are, what's it called, like reflecting off at sun and stuff. You know, acting as water, doing that. It's all little spots. Like, you know, that's like off at water and all that kind of thing. You can see it, you know what I mean? Like the sunshine coming through it and stuff like. Again, along all fin and stuff. All little tiny little bones which are holding fin up and stuff like. They're all catching, you know, representing waves and stuff like. So they're catching sunlight. Again, you're missing light and your focused light. Again, you can see water effect. Now that like relates to like trees and stuff like I was saying about like the tree limbs and stuff like that, the moving that in that kind of fashion, you know, like everything does. It's part of the nature of the elements. You know what I mean? It's like whether it's lightning or a water cars through soil or sand or whatever and stuff. You know, etc. Veins, so on. Again, you can see all sunlight coming through it. It's got one at the end. That's like the peacock. Yeah, brighter there again, so you like seeing the sunset. Twist it. Kind of like that in a sense. That's like maybe it's gone underwater. Like that blue photo. The of a sun. Yeah, all sun. And you see like so it's discoloured at edges. Like it's got like a red haze going round it and the rest of it's orange. You know what I mean? And stuff like and that's like blue, white, you know what I mean? Most of it's blue kind of thing. Like an electric blue. You know what I mean? Camera's slightly picking it up. You know what I mean? So it is a bit of a difference in colour and stuff like that kind of thing, like how it shows. But yeah, like I said, it's like it's like burnt paper, you know what I mean? How it's kind of like singed in a sense and stuff like. So it's like the like that overexposure. I don't know, in a sense, like with sun being there and stuff like that kind of thing. It's so bright and stuff like. So when it's kind of like it's not been able to escape it, has it? You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. It's kind of imprinted within the water in a sense and stuff like from the water's experience. Another one of them fish. The horizontal. Looking out. Must be cloudy. Bit of sun. And then sun there. Setting. was I. In relation to like that video, we spoke about how water beads, like how plants learnt to use that to create like the eye for animals and stuff like. So it's the same here, you know what I mean? But it's gonna like from the aspect of the sunlight going into the water to create it, you know what I mean? So it's like that influence which kind of spread throughout the evolution of life in a sense, the evolution of the plant's brain. So how it can conceptualize its next creature it's going to create and stuff like that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't think we've got the capability of it anymore at the moment either. I think we can recreate, you know, if nature gets, you know, like it needs healing, doesn't it? If it heals, then it should be alright and stuff like. Quite strong with colours, you know, like it is, you know what I mean, when you like look at sun underwater and stuff like, and each refracted wave comes over and it kind of it takes all that colour away for that just that section, you know what I mean, and stuff like. You see there that blue line which comes in between. It's like that, you know, like I'm struggling to take that photo in a sense. You know, that accuracy of like keeping it all crisp. You know, it's more, I don't know. It's like it's a temperature as well and all these kind of things and stuff. Another thing is to remove the the light. See, well, the orange ones in this case, you remove those, and then you can see this picture behind it. You see the darkness, and then it's like the sun's over here, and you know what I mean, and stuff like. You remove all the black lines and these ones over there, and you leave the orange ones, and then you can see that there's white there, blue and white, you know, and then there's like red at the top. So it's like, is that where the sun was? The sun was there, the sun was there. It's kind of like coming down, and then it's coming into the sunset. You know what I mean? So it's like on the focused light, it's like a magnified image in a sense, maybe, you know. Along them ways, it's like trying to understand how it's done it, how it's emulated its surroundings in a sense and stuff, or its surroundings is emulated for fish, on it, you know, really, and stuff like. So again, you can see it waves, and it's not really that shape, is it? It's just that's the color pattern. So yeah, I do that thing. Oops. Sunset at top. See it focused light, like on that shark. You could really see like the different definitive lines kind of thing, like for where the focus light were, and the dispersed light, you know, quite heavily shaded and stuff like. And so it's showing you, you know, it's the same thing. So again, when we talk about like tigers and stuff, these are quite cool. So you look at this one. You see it's sky. It's like a red dramatic sky. You could hold it that way, or you could just do it that way. You ignore this shape, you just kind of look at it as a photo. So I prefer it that way, actually. That black spot at the back. representing the sun again, kind of thing. Your waves that come through, again, tiger stripes, all that kind of thing and stuff like that Tasmanian tiger. I'd kind of like stripes like that, which will go straight and stuff. Is it colour them? Like yellow? So each one of them is like catching the sunlight. Again, if I like do it that way, you kind of imagine like it's across the ocean, and the sunlight's catching on it all and stuff. And it's got a yellow eye, like the sun, in blue background. Look at its mouth. As a point of interest, some that look like it later in other pictures and stuff. I see ocean floor, and then like alt waves, like that picture of the ocean we saw where alt waves were like all going uniform in one direction, and it's like that. And then you've got the aspect of sun, like repeated many times because you've got so many dimplets and waves kind of coming up and down and stuff like that kind of thing. Loads of access points for the sun to get through in a sense and stuff. Like I said, when you think about like the fly's eye and stuff like that, it's like seeing everything in, I don't know, like a million different times if that's the case and stuff like that. Or is it like all just one aspect? You know what I mean? With one eyeball in a sense of it, but the water being, you know, one entity kind of thing like. But then you've got I did discuss it last time. I can't remember. You've got the equator. So if you've got the water directly underneath the equator, the sun's directly above you. If you're the water on the equator, the sun's above you. So if you're north of that, you know, I mean, you got to look south to see the sun. If you're south of the equator, you got to look north to see the sun. So that's like part of the why there's two hemispheres to it. You know, I mean, you've got two hemispheres to your brain and all these, you've got two eyes and etc. So it's kind of like that's part of the connection, and we'll see photos which kind of are relevant to that kind of thing. Like again, you can see alt water effect and stuff like. See sunlight there, like going into cloud, or and it looks like you got the sun there again, kind of thing, like creating, you know, sunset over edge or whatever and stuff. It's been light gets through better. And you got the glow through ocean flower, that sandy colour. Another one of them with the sun going through clouds and, you know, being one of them dramatic sky sunsets and stuff. Again, you got all the sunset, like on its. Yeah, the colour's not very good on that one for camera. It's green, its chest, it's got a blue spot there. And so again, like the peacock, and then but it's got like a red spot there, kind of thing, like so. It both looks like the sun, like transitioning. So same as with like the fish, it's kind of like followed a similar pattern in a sense and stuff. And colours, and they look like scales and all these things and stuff. And follow the same pattern and all that kind of thing. You see it all there. You see all sunshine spots. Sunshiny spots rather than sunspots, because I keep saying sunspots and it's like, you know, that's a completely different thing, isn't it? But I'm sure you know what I mean when I'm saying it though. Again, like desert, sand, beach pattern when ocean's been over it and stuff, and it leaves that mark and stuff like. So it's like, you know, you get that. That's whilst the ocean is there, you know what I mean. So in the ocean, you're getting that sensation kind of thing, like. See the focused light. Happens to be on ridge, like that's part of wave. You know what I mean. Clownfish, night version, and the day version. And you got like the light coming through. You know what I mean? The focus light. It's quite big. You know what I mean? So it's like compared to some other ones and stuff like. So it's like, you know, is this like more because it's like in the reefs and stuff, it's quite close to the surface of water and stuff like. I'm not sure whether it actually matters, you know what I mean, in one sense, because you got so many different things that live on in reef and stuff that loads of things have got the opportunity. Well, there's loads of different patterns that they have, so it's more like different photos, different expressions that the water just wanted to, or spirit, you know what I mean, wanted to produce and express and reflect what is it, what, you know, part of its environment and why it's here, you know. Again, sunspots, you see circles and stuff like. I see, like I pointed out with blue on that other fish and stuff like that, where it had orange as well and stuff like. So like, it's like the concentrated light and heat. You know what I mean? Because it's not just light, is it? It's heat as well, and it's like the water's experience and all of that and stuff like. So outside of it, it's going to be cold, and it's like, is that what that blue means, or is it just, is that part of the light effect? Like I say, it's kind of like really kind of difficult to say exactly for each kind of. I overthink things maybe. And again, light catching on waves, spots of sunlight and stuff. It's like an evening. All water catching on the sun, on the ocean surface and stuff. It's like it's opted to see that, you know what I mean? Like from the surface level of water rather than like just underneath. All the orange looks like from underneath, but the spots look like on the surface. So it's like there's two photos in a sense and stuff like, but it's of the same place, of the same time, or I assume, you know. And again with colours, we've got several colours for Siamese fighting fish, aren't you, and stuff like. But like the pattern, the splashing in the water, and all these kind of things and stuff. I'm gonna have to leave it there and get on with next one and stuff like. So thanks for watching so far. I'll catch back up on this one. And I'll get on with next one again. Nice one. Cheers. Thank you.